Thanks for joining me in another PaintHQ video, all about Air Assisted Airless and the Graco PerformAA gun. I'm excited to go through the setup of this AA gun using my Ultra 495 XT. But before I do, let's talk about transfer efficiency and where Air Assisted Airless fits in. So conventional air spray, lots of air, and higher air pressure is not efficient. You're potentially creating more overspray and wasting more paint. Airless? Better, and using Graco low pressure tips and good technique, you're certainly wasting less. So where does Air Assisted Airless fit in? Very good. As you can see, much more efficient. With the PerformAA gun, you can choose a tip and whether you want to swivel or not. For added maneuverability, the swivel attaches to the fluid line and the airline attaches here. The Ultra XT. Perfect airless delivery of paint, the super steady running pressure and ultra quiet sound is very beneficial for spraying air assisted airless. The quiet, responsive XT motor technology is essential for residential spraying. So this is an airless flat tip. An AXF pre-orifice tip for fine finishes versus a Graco Rack X tip. The numbering is the same, 8, meaning an 1/8 thou orifice. And then fan width, 4, an 8-inch fan, and 2, a 4-inch fan. Paint exits and atomizes the same. Disadvantage is you can't twist the tip to unblock. What you can do is use an air gun that attaches to your compressor airline at low pressure. So debris could lodge this way. At around 30 psi, you can safely blow the debris out. Also, if taking a break in spraying, store your flat tip in a small amount of gun wash. Don't push the lid shut, you'll make a mess. With PerformAA you have 2 flat tips. AXF, pre-orifice, fine finish, and AXM, standard, but still capable of a fine finish. You can also choose an air cap. This is the general finishing air cap. You can see 12 air holes that's going to add efficiency and shape to the airless delivery of paint. As usual, you can change the orientation of the spray pattern, vertical or horizontal. Paint is filtered through the airless line and mixes with air. Air is delivered first, and when trigger is fully engaged, airless paint is delivered under pressure, mixing with the air. 2 trigger stages, air, then airless. So triggering on and off, keeping the air delivery constant. You have a fan adjustment control that has a nice click into each position that will prevent you inadvertently changing the setting. All the way to the right closes the fan adjustment. Remember, air delivery to the air cap is giving you that fan control. An air line from the compressor to a regulator with a built-in moisture trap. Air is regulated out to the air cap. Via a red 1/4 inch air hose. Then I'm using a Graco 3/16 Blue Max hose for the fluid. Compressor is a Sprayman UK Genterling Ultra Quiet model. I'll put the details in the video description. It's a misconception that you can simply use any compressor with a large air tank and you will get continuous delivery of air. I'll add some useful information about 100% duty rating and CFM in the description. Gun filtration is located here. Using Graco AA tip filters, this is a 200 mesh for very low viscosity enamels and clear lacquers. I actually struggled to pull the filter out the housing. You'll see later in the spraying demonstration. I ended up unscrewing the filter. It sits in the housing just here. Right, let's get into the setup and demonstration. Low viscosity, waterborne, spray-only enamel by Axel Nobel. An XT hopper kit is perfect for air assisted airless and spraying small amounts. I'm putting in 1 litre. Prime the 495 XT. And with the air cap removed and no air, prime the airless hose. Use a cloth. It's important to keep the air diffuser clean. I'm going to be using an AXF 208. Aligning the tip in the air cap. Now I can add the air line to the gun, and I can regulate the pressure with the compressor being downstairs. So the red line is air, and airless is blue. At the gun, a swivel, and a 1/8 Graco Blue Max whip. Start with airless pressure first. So no air. You want airless to do most of the atomization. If I show you an example of a pattern with not enough airless pressure, you can see lines through the middle of the fan. Before introducing air, you want to see a solid pattern through the middle with only tails either side. Let's add air. Remember, I'm using the regulator with the compressor on the ground floor. During setup, ensure the fan adjustment control is open, turned all the way to the right. I'll discuss what we're seeing with a comparison later. So let's add a bit more air. Straight airless, clear tails, but a complete fan across the middle. 8 psi of air, see the small tails remaining. And 10 psi, a complete fan, probably the sweet spot. Let's try more air, see if any difference. With air assisted airless, too much air can be detrimental. There's a sweet spot. I've already primed this job with a stain blocking primer to hold back tannins. Let's go. You'll see why I like the steady running pressure and quiet airless sound of the Ultra XT. With improved transfer efficiency, you'll notice less dust in the air. Clean air cap. Just wipe away any nibs at the orifice. And when taking a break between coats, store the tip in gun wash. Then when you're finished, flush the airless unit as normal, install the tip, and with no air, flush through just like Rack X tips. Let's check the AA tip filter. Unscrewing the housing. Like I said earlier, I've struggled to remove, so I've just unscrewed from its top hat. Check and clean the airless manifold filter. It's important the air diffuser and air cap remains clean after flushing paint. What I do at the very end of cleaning is add air and blow any moisture out of the air holes. So I've used 1.5 litres. Not using the 3rd litre. Potentially saving a ½ litre minimum. As always, comment your feedback and questions. Show your support by liking, sharing and subscribing. And if you can, buy me a coffee or use super thanks. My name is Pete. See you on the next one.